All right, mister.
Okay. Now, this is Joe from the Bud Files. Today's video was actually going to have 4 parts to it. First part, we did a little research, and I actually had to go a little bit back in the past to find the location.
Hey, machine. No, just kidding.
There was a place that was called Big Bottom, and from what we were doing on the research is that this was a location. They held out hope that the railroad was going to be coming through here. Unfortunately, they missed it by about 20-some miles. It's right on this side of Lawrence County, and then Meade County was to the north of it a little ways. The big thing that they were running into is that about that time this is a lot of the area where irrigation was really strong. Because the railroad decided to move in a different direction, they wound up completely missing this one area. And then when Butte County was formed up, it again missed on the second form. So at one time, though, this was a town that had a hotel, had a general store, had a post office. All that we found that was left of this one town is just foundation work. A couple of them that were off the roads a little ways. It was one of those cases where we were almost tempted to go cut the wire and crawl through, but sadly we didn't. Second location we went to, and this one is kind of a geographical importance, is a place called Castlerock. Now, Castlerock and its school at one time was the closest town to the geographical center of the United States. For those of us who like to say, well, Kansas is the middle of the country. Actually, as soon as they added Alaska, all of a sudden the geographical location for the center of the United States was around a place called Castlerock, South Dakota. Now, in its heyday, there was about 2 strips of buildings, businesses, a hotel, post office, general store, and several big ranches in the nearby area. And they held on to their fame for almost 6 months until somebody decided to add Hawaii to the Union, and thusly the geographical center of the United States got shifted all the way over by Belfooch.
Which we'll have to visit again because we went there once.
Yeah. Now, from that point, Castlerock kind of, it puttered out. There's still a few people that live in the remains. We did see a couple of the houses that are there, the general store. We got to, shoot video into the windows because, well, everything is, listed as no trespassing. Drove up and down the strip what was Main Street there. And then we went up and we got to see what's up to the schoolhouse, which surprisingly enough,
actually, we did the schoolhouse first.
Right, because we had to circle back. But it's also the second time we were up at Castlerock.
True.
Right. Now, the last clip that we did was kind of interesting because they have this little, call it a mural. It's a couple different signs that highlight how irrigation has affected the area around Duel. My daughter found it highly hilarious that their mascot is actually called the Irrigators.
School mascot, the Irrigators.
Yes.
I don't know how you mascot that.
Very carefully. A lot of that area from Vale up to Newell thrives on agriculture, and because of that, there is a lot of places where you'll see the concrete squares where they have water channels that run out to the fields and keep the areas nice and green for crops to grow. With this set of signs that they had, though, you could actually see what some of the pipes looked like, what some of the switches were like. Huge cross sections of these pipes. I mean, to the point you could probably stick a house inside of one of them. And then it showed where the lake for the Ormond Dam sits up there. And it was kind of interesting all the way across. But watch the video. I think you folks will enjoy it. It's a little bit of history for us nerds, as my daughter recalls. But again, Joe from the Bud Files. We'll catch you guys later.
All right, baby. Go ahead.
All right. Well, this is Joe from the Bud Files, the bearded historian. We have come across the historic site for Custer's Camp in 1874. Custer at the time was making his big trip down from North Dakota in search of history about the Black Hills, looking for gold. He brought along a large contingent of people. Interestingly enough, the crossing was made about 3/4 of a mile north of here, in that direction. This was also the fallback location after the disastrous effort at the Slim Buttes battle for General Crook's men, who in their haste to get back south discovered that they had ran out of general provisions because their wagons had separated. In this case, as nasty as it sounds, they resorted to eating horse meat to take and survive long enough to get down to Sturgis. We were about maybe 2 miles away from the Highway 79, the main thoroughfare between Slim's Butte and Sturgis. But it's a little historical tidbit brought to you by the Mud Files.
Bye-bye. Shout out time. Here's a shout out just for you. You support me, so I support you. And I did the fingers backwards because I'm intelligent. To this video, we're going to have 4 shout outs. First one is going to be for our friend Forget Me Not Paranormal, one of our paranormal friends. Who is growing and supporting, and they are doing some really cool stuff in the paranormal field. So check them out. Make sure to like, share, comment, let them know that we sent you their way. And don't forget to check out and support each other. I know I say it a lot in our premieres, but that's because we want to make sure that everybody is connected and supporting one another, because that's how we grow. On to the next. Okay, guys, this is an old schoolhouse in the middle of nowhere, South Dakota. Joe found in a map on a old book. I don't know that you can get in there. Do you want to see if you can get closer? That floor does not look stable, so I wouldn't go beyond that threshold.
You can get a good shot of the inside here.
That one does not zoom very well, but if you want to...
Yeah, it's zoomed in.
There you go. That's good. Good job. Be careful, watch your step.
I know. That's why I looked down before moving. There you go.
You can help getting down? I'm going to go this way then. Definitely not much left. Around.
And they got kicked off its own foundation. You see that?
Yeah. Either ground shifting or the weather, both. You want to do another little close-up? I didn't get very close. Careful for the slivers and stuff.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know.
At one time they must have had a facilities, but the shed probably got torn down.
Good job. Hey, nothing else you can get a career as a camera woman.
That's true. I thought about that, doing that.
At least a vlogger phone person.
Yeah.
Shout out number 2. Here's a shout out just for you. Our second shout out is going to be for Stacy and Sarah, otherwise known as those weirdos from Michigan. They have a very interesting podcast. They've started doing some paranormal things. So if you guys are into paranormal or podcasts or weirdos or all three of the above, please check them out. They are super cool. Like, share, and comment. They are starting to grow. Their channel's pretty small, so I'd like to get them to 100. If you guys can help, that would be amazing. Alright. Okay, peoples, this is what's left of Castlerock, at least the unpopulated portion. There are a few buildings here that are populated. And why am I recording with this phone? I do not know. I have my phone's backwards. Oh well. Number 3. This shout out is just for you. Next shout out is going to be for our friends, the Jen, both Explorer and Experience. They have 2 channels. Well, obviously, I just said 2 different names. I'm a genius. Experience and Explorers are a couple. They do some very cool exploring in the UK. They're a very fun couple to watch, so check them out. You'll see them in the comments. You'll see them on the premiere, so make sure to check them out. Like, share, and comment, and they are fun, so make sure to give them a chance. Yeah. Store. Nope, nope. That's something I wanted. Photo. There we go. I need to zoom out. And, oh, jeez.
There's a lot of broken glass, so that thing's creaking.
I think that's what caught me off guard, is that sign flapping in the wind. Looks like this might have been a store or a house at one time.
Refrigerator, there's shells on the wall over here, plus the back room.
Post office and general store. Does that mean that that's this one, or there was one in the middle?
Might have been this one right here, because that would cover both of them. 72.
Down here.
The big gray one at the back was the hotel.
Right. This is definitely a house. I'll peek inside here. Ooh, hello troll in the basement. Not much left. What's your step, baby?
So you saw a basement?
Yeah, I didn't know that first window. There used to be sidewalk, sort of. But this is what is left of the unoccupied buildings of Castlerock. There are like 2 or 3 residents in the buildings up the street from the car. Not much left. But we just wanted to give you this peek into a ghost town in rural South Dakota. Again, that used to be a store, or at least it says it was a store. Who knows? There's Joe, wandering this way. All right.
One thing that was kind of interesting is that first house.
Uh-huh.
You see the siding of it?
The siding?
The siding.
Yeah.
It's made out of the circular metal caps that they used to use on cyanide cans.
I thought I
mining.
remember you telling me something about that.
Yeah.
Last time we were here.
So it's a really interesting way that they used to protect the wood. It apparently worked really well on the outside, but didn't do much for windows apparently. All the windows in that place were gone, except the one interior one in the living room.
Okay. Here's a shout out just for you. You support me, so I support you. Our last shout out, number four, is for Jackie, Jared Tracy's wife. Her channel's name is On the Road Again. She's been doing a lot of shorts as they travel. So I think her channel is going to be a traveling channel. So if you like travel vlogs, travel shorts, check her out. We're trying to get her to grow as well. She's got a fairly small channel. I believe it's still under 100. So check her out, give her a like, share, comment, give her a chance, help her grow. Remember, we support each other. Have a good day. Bye.
Howdy folks, this is Joe from the Bud Files. We are doing a little bit of a history thing up here in Newell, South Dakota. One of the lands of irrigation that kept this area thriving for years and still does. Here we have a bowl wheel from one of the gatehouses that was replaced at the Belfooch Dam, located about 10 miles down the road to the west of us. You could turn the bowl wheel and it would open or close the emergency gate, installed in 1949 and removed in 2016. This big impressive piece of machinery. This is the on-farm pump that was used by a tractor-powered belle like the old threshers, and it pushed the irrigation water to higher ground for flood irrigation. It was recovered from a concrete pad on the north bank of the North Canal, and donated to the district in 2000 by the current owner of the property, Gary Nelson. Behind you can actually see one of the irrigation gate systems that they have. These are all over the far eastern part of Butte County. Basically it helps the farmers keep their crops watered through the dusty and dry days. Go along here. It's a neat little interpretive park that they have. We got another big sign here that we can show. The Belfous Irrigation Project, more than a century of water delivery. It shows the huge dam that they used to have, constructed on Owl Creek between 1906 and 1911. The date of the closure for the dam, first storage was made in 1910. 2 outlets on the dam deliver water to the north and south canals and the network of irrigation ditches. North outlet is controlled by 2 slide gates and the south by 1 gate. Controls for the opening and closing of the dams were located on the 2 gatehouses, the crest of the dam. You can see how big those trenches were. The picture right there.
I think you could put a car through there.
Yeah.
Maybe not a big one, but definitely a car.
Yeah. See where they used to have the cast iron pipes and everything to take and set up the tunnels. In 1902, this United States Reclamation Service, now with the Bureau of Reclamation, was charged with promoting the settlement of arid and semi-arid lands in the West. Pretty much when the farmers decided that water was kind of important for some reason.
Why?
Droughts. Today, 57,000 acres are irrigated in the Butte and Meade counties. Reclamation projects are maintained by the facilities until 1949. Project landowners organized the Belfooch Irrigation District in 1923, and the district took over maintenance of the project in 1949. The irrigation system requires constant maintenance and upgrades. Examples of upgrades over the last century in the water can be seen at the Indian Creek and Horse Creek crossings and the gatehouses on the dam. Yeah, got a couple other images here that are kind of wild. This one is the intake structure of the Ensign Balance 54-inch valves to open or close. Yeah, 500,000 pounds of brass and cast iron.
Sheesh, that's a lot.
That is a lot. Construction intake structure was built over the cast iron pipes in the reservoir. You can see where the gates were. And you've got the shafts up here. The farmers had their need for water. Then eventually the gatehouses were torn down.
That's
It looks like they were replaced.
Oh, okay.
The basic design of the structures maintains the historic look of the original gatehouses, so larger structures were built to replace the old systems.
There's a mappy map, babe.
Map. And they should have an arrow that says, you are here in Newell. And way over here is the Belfooch Dam. You got the North Canal, the Horse Creek Siphon, South Canal, which goes right past Nisland, the South Canal. Here's Vale.
We've been there.
And then for those of you who have been following the deal on the Bismarck to Deadwood Trail, Empire sits right there. And so it's all part of this happy path that went back through. And for feature, there's Belfous, there's Butte County, Lawrence County, and Meade County.
There's an inlet canal?
Inversion dam, inlet canal that flowed water in. Fruitdale.
I just noticed it was by Fruitdale, sort of.
And the Indian Creek siphon is up here too.
I think you're with that.
Well, I pointed out the Horse Creek siphon.
Oh, well. A siphon's a siphon, right?
Siphon to siphon. Big. Here's the where they were getting their water systems from. The Indian Creek, 1929, that major canal that was being filled, the north one. So it had Indian Creek and Horse Creek. George Hess patented the flume design in 1912, and in 1913 he published Metal Flumes Mean Ditch Permanency in the Irrigation Age, a quarterly magazine that stated metal flumes must be absolutely watertight, no rivets, solder, or caulking material should be used.
That makes sense because they would rust or wear away after a while.
Like this one here on a leaking joint on the Indian Creek siphon, so they had to go in there and replace it using an excavator with a hydraulic ram breaking concrete system.
Oh, I bet you that was fun.
Oh, yeah.
That must have been real fun there.
See, sometimes you do get fun weather up here where the temperature tends to snap concrete, and then they have major problems where they have to go in, chew out the broken concrete and rebuild. And you can see where they did that in 2015 to get the water running again. So, but that's our fun little trip up to Newell. You folks have a good one. We'll talk to you later.